Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Today we are going to start our last chapter, which is four-sided figures. So it's on page 251 of your textbook. So please open that page. Four-sided figures. We have seen many four-sided figures in our surroundings, and you all have done the properties of squares and rectangles in the grade 4 as well. This time you will be taught about some new types of four-sided figures. Actually, any shape which is having four sides is called as a quadrilateral. You can note down the definition as well. A polygon which has four sides is called quadrilateral. The word quad is a Latin language word and it means four. Hence, any shape which has four sides is called a quadrilateral. Before I move on to the types of the quadrilateral, let me to remind you that you have previously done the chapters of triangles. And as tri means three, and we said that a shape which is having three sides, a shape which is having three sides is known as triangle. In the same way, the shape which have four sides is known as quadrilaterals. There are many examples of quadrilaterals: square, rectangles, parallelogram, and rhombus. If you check the square, it has all the four sides equal in length and opposite sides are parallel. Like these two sides are parallel and these two sides are parallel. If you see a rectangle, then rectangle is also having four sides and its opposite, these two sides are equal in length and these two sides are equal in length, and this side is parallel to this side and this side will be considered parallel to its opposite parallel side. Now come to the parallelogram. This is a new shape which you will study here in this chapter. It is having also four sides, but they all are not equal in length. These opposite sides are parallel, and in the same way these two opposite sides are parallel. Now look at rhombus. A rhombus is having all the four sides equal in length and these two are parallel, and in the same way these two are parallel. Look at the last shape. It's trapezium, and if you notice that there is only one pair of parallel lines in it, because this side and this side are not parallel. So although the upper side is longer than the down one is shorter, but they are parallel. Now if I show you some real life examples of these. Look at this. There is an eraser. It is having parallelograms. Look at the hut. These two opposite sides are parallel, and this side are parallel. Look at this shape. What about this shape of the table? Yes, it's trapezium. And what about this? In this garden, this shape is a trapezium shape because it's this side and this side is parallel and these two sides are non-parallel. What about these shapes? This shape is rhombus, and these earrings are also an example of rhombus. And what about this sign? This brand sign we have noticed on some of the products, and yes, it is having three rhombuses. So now let's start our chapter. On page 51 of your textbook, a parallelogram is described. If you see the figure, it's the figure of a parallelogram. It has four sides, and measure the length of AB and DC. You will find these two are same in length, and also measure the length of AD and BC. You will find these two are same in length. And also we will come to know that AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD. So figure ABCD is called a parallelogram. You can underline this definition of the parallelogram. A parallelogram has four sides. The opposite sides are parallel and equal in length. And let me to guide you about this. We draw short lines crossing the sides to show that the opposite sides are equal in length. Look at this. These are the small lines. So if they have been drawn once, it is showing that these two are parallel. These two are equal in length, and arrows along the sides to show that the opposite sides are parallel. And arrows are also showing that they are parallel. Arrows are drawn here to show that they are parallel, and the short lines, as you can see, there is one short line over here as well. They are showing that these two sides are same in length. Now when there are, basically they have drawn one short line with this one pair. So this is the first set of equal in length lines, and then they have drawn two short lines on these two sides, which means this is the second set of two sides which are equal in length. And arrows are showing that this is a pair of parallel line, and this is also a pair of parallel line. Now move on to the next page. The next page is showing you the definition and properties of the rhombus. Look at the figure PQRS. It has four sides. Measure the length of each side. Now when you measure PQ and RS, you will find these two are equal, and also QR and PS are also equal in length. If you find these four equal in length, it means that shape is the rhombus. This is the difference in parallelogram and a rhombus, that it's all, in case of rhombus, all the four sides will have the same length, but in parallelogram only opposite sides will be equal in the length. Now you can underline this definition. A rhombus has four sides. All the four sides are equal. The two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So, and another thing, please underline this as well. A rhombus is a special kind of parallelogram whose four sides are equal, because as if you see their pictures, they are quite similar to each other, but there is only difference in their measurements, in their lengths. That's why we can call rhombus as a parallelogram, but it is that type of parallelogram which has all the four sides equal in length. Now come to the next topic, which is next type of a quadrilateral, and this is known as trapezium. In a trapezium, if you notice, all the four sides are different in length, but there is one thing, which is that it's one of the opposite pair will be parallel. So which opposite pair will be parallel? Yes, it's KL and M and NM. These two lines will be parallel. Okay, now measure the length of each side. KL, when you measure it, please write it over here. And also the measure of the side, measure the side LM, please write this. Its measurement over here. From your scale, measure these lengths. Also measure NM and KN. Measure these lengths from your scales. Now what do you find? That these four are different in length, and we have done, when you measure these two lines from a set square and a ruler, you will come to know that KL is parallel to NM. So figure KLMN is called a trapezium, and also underline this definition of trapezium. A trapezium has four sides. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. And here is again the definition given. A trapezium has only one pair of parallel sides. Now students, please start doing this page 255 on your textbook. ABCD is a parallelogram. How many sides does it have? So write down the answers in front of each question. ABCD is a parallelogram. So how many sides does it have? It's so clear. Write down this answer. How many pairs of parallel lines does it have? This is one pair, and this is the second pair. So it is having two pairs of parallel lines. How many pairs of its sides are equal. How many pairs of its sides are equal? So AB and DC are equal in length. When you will measure it from your ruler, you will come to know that AB and DC are equal in length, and BC and AD are equal in length. So its two pairs of its sides are equal. Which sides are equal? So here you will write AB is equals to DC, and also you will write AD is equals to BC.